Here are 100 important logistics terms and key concepts along with their definitions. 3PL, third-party logistics, a service that provides outsourced logistics services, including warehousing, transportation, and other related activities. 4PL, fourth-party logistics, a company that manages the entire supply chain, coordinating with multiple 3PLs to provide end-to-end logistics solutions. ABC analysis, an inventory categorization technique where items are divided into three categories, A, B, and C, based on their importance, value, or consumption rate. Accessorial charges, additional fees charged for services beyond standard transportation, such as inside delivery, waiting time, or liftgate service. Advanced shipping notice, ASN, a document sent by a supplier to a customer to inform them of a pending delivery, detailing the contents and expected delivery time. Backhaul, the return trip of a vehicle after delivering a load, often used to pick up another load to avoid empty mileage. Barcoding, the use of barcodes to identify and track products and shipments throughout the supply chain. Bill of lading, BOL, a legal document issued by a carrier to a shipper detailing the type, quantity, and destination of the goods being transported. Break bulk, the process of unloading, unpacking, and distributing a portion of a consolidated shipment. Brokerage, the service of arranging transportation and logistics services for shippers, typically performed by a freight broker. Buffer stock, inventory held in reserve to protect against unforeseen shortages or demand spikes. Carrier, a company that provides transportation services, moving goods from one location to another. Cross-docking, a logistics practice where products from incoming shipments are directly transferred to outbound vehicles, minimizing storage time. Demand planning, the process of forecasting customer demand to ensure that products are available when needed. Distribution center, DC, a warehouse or facility used for receiving, storing, and distributing products to retailers or customers. Drop shipping, a retail fulfillment method where products are shipped directly from the supplier to the customer, bypassing the retailer's inventory. EDI, electronic data interchange, the electronic exchange of business documents and information between companies in a standardized format. Expedited shipping, a faster shipping service for urgent deliveries, often at a higher cost. First in, first out, FIFO, an inventory management method where the oldest inventory is used or sold first. Flatbed truck, a type of truck with a flat, open bed used for transporting large, heavy, or oversized loads. Freight, goods transported in bulk by truck, train, ship, or aircraft. Freight forwarder, a company that arranges the shipping and logistics of goods on behalf of shippers, often consolidating smaller shipments into larger ones. Hazardous material, hazmat, substances that pose a risk to health, safety, or the environment, requiring special handling and transportation procedures. Hub and spoke, a distribution model where a central hub is used to consolidate and distribute shipments to multiple destinations, spokes. Intermodal transportation, the use of multiple modes of transportation, e.g. truck, rail, ship, to move goods from origin to destination. Inventory turnover, a measure of how often inventory is sold and replaced over a specific period. Just in time, an inventory management strategy where materials and products are delivered just in time for production or sale, minimizing inventory levels. LCL, less than container load, a shipment that does not fill an entire container, often consolidated with other shipments. LTL, less than truckload, a shipment that does not fill an entire truck, often combined with other shipments to optimize space and reduce costs. Load planning, the process of organizing and optimizing shipments to maximize efficiency and minimize costs. Logistics, the management of the flow of goods, information, and resources from origin to consumption. Milk run, a delivery route that involves multiple pickups or drop-offs to maximize efficiency and reduce transportation costs. Order fulfillment, the complete process from receiving an order to delivering the product to the customer. Outsourcing, the practice of hiring external companies to handle certain business functions, such as logistics or manufacturing. Pallet, a flat structure used to support and transport goods, typically made of wood, plastic, or metal. Port, a harbor where ships load and unload cargo. Procurement, the process of acquiring goods and services from external suppliers. Reorder point, the inventory level at which a new order should be placed to replenish stock before it runs out. Reverse logistics, the process of returning products from customers to the manufacturer or distributor for repair, recycling, or disposal. RFID, radio frequency identification, a technology used to automatically identify and track tags attached to objects using radio waves. Route optimization, the process of determining the most efficient routes for transportation to minimize time and costs. Safety stock, extra inventory held to protect against stockouts due to unexpected demand or supply chain disruptions. SCM, supply chain management, the management of the flow of goods, information, and finances across the entire supply chain from suppliers to customers. Shipper, the person or company that sends goods from one place to another. SKU, stock keeping unit, a unique identifier for each product or item in inventory. Spot rate, the price quoted for immediate transportation of goods, typically based on current market conditions. Supply chain, the network of organizations, people, activities, information, and resources involved in moving a product or service from supplier to customer. Tare weight, the weight of an empty container or vehicle, used to determine the net weight of the cargo. Third-party warehousing, the use of external warehouses to store inventory, providing flexibility and cost savings. Tracking and tracing, the process of monitoring the movement and location of shipments throughout the supply chain. Transit time, the time it takes for a shipment to travel from its origin to its destination. Transportation Management System, TMS, software that helps plan, execute, and optimize transportation operations. Vendor Managed Inventory, VMI, a supply chain strategy where the supplier manages inventory levels and replenishment for the customer. Warehouse, a building used for storing goods and materials. Warehouse Management System, WMS, software that helps manage and optimize warehouse operations, including inventory tracking and order fulfillment. Waybill, a document issued by a carrier that provides details and instructions for the transportation of a shipment. Yard Management System, YMS, software that helps manage the movement of trucks and trailers in a yard or distribution center. Zone picking, a method of order picking where the warehouse is divided into zones and pickers are assigned to specific zones. Consignee, the person or company to whom goods are shipped. Consignor, the person or company that sends goods. Containerization, the use of standard-sized containers for efficient handling, storage, and transportation of goods. Customs broker, a professional who helps importers and exporters comply with customs regulations and clear shipments through customs. Drayage, the transport of goods over a short distance, typically as part of a longer overall journey. Dunnage, materials used to protect and secure cargo during transportation. E-commerce, the buying and selling of goods and services over the internet. Emission standards, regulations that limit the amount of pollutants that can be emitted by vehicles and other sources. Fleet management, the administration and coordination of a fleet of vehicles, including maintenance, routing, and driver management. Freight class, a classification system used to categorize freight based on factors such as weight, size, and value, affecting shipping rates. Gross weight, the total weight of a shipment, including the cargo and the container or vehicle. Inbound logistics, the process of receiving, storing, and distributing raw materials or components for production. Kaizen, a Japanese term meaning continuous improvement, often used in the context of supply chain and logistics processes. Kitting, the process of assembling individual items into ready-to-ship kits or packages. Lead time, the time between placing an order and receiving the goods. Logistics service provider, LSP, a company that provides logistics services such as transportation, warehousing, and distribution. Last mile delivery, the final leg of the delivery process, where goods are transported from a distribution center to the end customer. Lean logistics, a strategy that focuses on reducing waste and improving efficiency in the supply chain. Omni-channel logistics, the integration of multiple sales channels, e.g., online, in-store, to provide a seamless customer experience. Order cycle time, the time it takes to process and fulfill an order from receipt to delivery. Out of stock, OOS, a situation where an item is unavailable for sale due to depleted inventory. Point of sale, POS, the location and time at which a retail transaction is completed. Proof of delivery, PO, a document signed by the recipient confirming that goods have been received in good condition. Real-time tracking, the ability to monitor the location and status of shipments in real time. Reefer, a refrigerated container or truck used for transporting perishable goods. Service Level Agreement, SLA, a contract between a service provider and a customer that defines the level of service expected. Slotting, the process of organizing inventory in a warehouse to optimize picking efficiency. Supply chain visibility, the ability to track and monitor all activities and inventory across the supply chain. Tender, the process of offering goods or services for consideration or acceptance by another party. Transshipment, the transfer of goods from one mode of transportation to another during the shipping process. Unit Load Device, ULD, a container used to load cargo on aircraft, designed to fit the dimensions of the aircraft's cargo hold. Value-Added Services, VAS, additional services provided by logistics companies such as packaging, labeling, or assembly. Vendor, a supplier of goods or services. Virtual Warehouse, an inventory management system that allows multiple locations to be managed as a single warehouse. Voyage Charter, a contract where a ship is hired for a single voyage between specific ports with a specified cargo. Waybill Number, a unique identifier assigned to a shipment for tracking and identification purposes. Weight Break, the point at which a higher weight class results in a lower cost per unit of weight for shipping. White Glove Service, a premium delivery service that includes special handling, installation, and setup of products at the delivery location, often used for high-value or delicate items. Yield Management, a strategy used to adjust prices and availability based on demand to maximize revenue and efficiency. Zone Skipping, a shipping strategy where packages are consolidated and transported to a distant zone before being handed over to a local carrier for final delivery, reducing shipping costs and transit time. Zoning, the practice of designating specific areas in a warehouse for storing certain types of inventory to improve organization and efficiency. Zip Code Routing, a system used to sort and direct shipments based on zip codes to ensure efficient and accurate delivery. These terms and definitions cover a broad range of concepts within the logistics and supply chain management field, providing a comprehensive overview of the industry. If you find this video helpful, please don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Simple Understanding channel for more helpful videos.